course, this. So one more time, this is my name is Anna Romanenko, and today we are going to work with our relationship with our body and with our health. So please be gentle, drink plenty of water, take a break when you need it, and if you have any questions, please ask. Closer to the in the second half of the class, we will review your work, your drawings, and we'll see if anything needs to be adjusted. And if you want to hear my feedback, you can do it. If you don't have a camera and you cannot show your drawing, you can email it to me. In the chat, I will type my email, so you can send it to me and I will open it and review it online during the class. So we've done it before with other group. Okay, some more people coming. Okay, are you excited to work on your health? I'm last time I'll show you what we've done. This is already second class. So let me switch camera. So this is what I've done last time. So today will be my second drawing about my body. And I have to say that already some things have changed and unexpectedly for me. So I was working on this one and I did in mandala of desire about balancing my weight. And unexpectedly, my husband decided to start running on Monday, and I just joined him. And now we are running already 2 times. So this is already changing for me. So
That's awesome. You've been talking about running for a while.
Yes. Now finally I got it. So it takes a little bit more than one drawing about it. So let's go and do one exercise to activate the neurons in our brain related to the health, like what kind of associations we have related to the health. So when we do the exercise, make sure that you write all words that show up in your mind. This is your subconscious mind is trying to tell you something about your relationship with your body. So if you have a bad word, don't hesitate to write them down. Nobody is going to read them. This is only for your awareness. So I want you to be aware of it. And if you need to repeat one word several times, feel free. I did another class with a person, and she could not to move to another word till she wrote it down 15 times. Just one word 15 times, because it was such a big charge related to this association. So you can repeat words, you can use, you don't write the whole sentences, the just simple words related to it. Any language will be working fine. Let me set up 2 minutes timer and breathe in, and we are working on our associations related to the word health. Are you ready? Go. We have 1 more minute. Five seconds. Oh. Okay, so look at your words. Did anything strike you? Any unusual insights? It could be different people show up in your relationship to your body. So it's could be unexpected. Surprisingly, I don't have any people on my list, and because I'm already doing it second time, I can compare what was the first time, and it's different. First was about a lot of stronger emotions. This one is more about pleasure and joy and happiness. So, which is really inspiring, because first, when I did the first one, there was no joy about it. There was a lot of fear and anger at some point. And so how many words do you have? Did you, was it easy exercise for you, girls? I have 31 words. So usually if you have 20 or more, it's enough to, like, it means that this is a very important subject for you, and you really activated your mind and your subconscious mind as well. So if it's less than 21, it could be 2 indications. The theme could be not important for you, which is usually the health is usually important. Or you have such a strong restrictions and such a strong resistance to this theme that you don't even allow yourself to think about it. Let it go. So there is a lot of control about it. So it could be two opposite symptoms. So do you have any questions about it? Any insights already during this exercise?
Anna, I guess I'll share. Oh, sorry. I just noticed in writing, hear me?
Okay.
That felt like I was connecting with my body. That surprised. Like it was my mind, it came from my body.
Okay. So we have a little bit difficulty to hear you. So the internet on your site is moving. Yeah. So, but if you can, you.
What I noticed, can you hear me now? Maybe I'm too far away. Is that better?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
It felt like after I wrote maybe 5 or 10 words, that the words coming through were like from my body, or they weren't from my mind. Yeah, so it was relaxing. It was joyful to do it.
Good.
It wasn't judging. I was a little afraid because I judging of my body that I would go into that voice, but I said, well, I'll let it go, whatever comes. And this lovely voice came from a higher place.
Yes, because it's going to be about your relationship with your body, your relationship with yourself, and like nobody can love it more than you do. So it's really very important to give this love. And today I hope everyone will give as much love as possible, as needed for our love. Okay, so now I'm changing to switch camera, and you are going to start drawing. So this is my list. I write in Russian, so nobody can read it. Okay, so you can have, if you have an outline, perfect, you can work with this. If you don't have, we're just going to draw the body as you see. And it's really how you see your body. You may be very surprised about it. And where is my focus? Okay, and it doesn't work. Let me do a trick. Okay, so last time when I did on Friday, my body was a male body. So I was more about male. So we are going to draw an outline of our body as we see it. What is happening with my camera today? It does not cooperate. Well, let me one more time. So it's a little bit technical challenges. Okay. So I have enough light. Okay. So I advise you to use ultra fine Sharpies, or it could be any, it could be a pencil, but be very gentle. Don't use the very bold lines. Like, be very gentle, explore yourself. So mine is a linear, and it's a 0.1, so it's a very skinny. So we start drawing our body. You can create the middle line. This will be our core that goes through your spine, and this is going to be about head, your waist, and this is going to be about your legs. And you can be very cartoonish about your body, so the way our kids are drawing. This is my I have a little bit, I'm like very challenging drawing the body, especially feminine body. Let's that's why last time I was a male body. Male body is a little bit easier for me. Okay, I'm a little bit out of middle. Oh, this is my, and I want to have open arms. So it's interesting when you do the this exercise on your photograph. Like if you have a, for example, any digital photograph that you can use some filters, and it will be going just an outline or very light your picture. You can work it on your line, like on your picture, and it will be different level of emotions when you really see yourself, when you explore yourself. So okay, Now, before we can move forward, we need to accumulate energy. We need to prepare ourselves to explore ourselves. So we need to ground our body, and we give the support from the earth, from the Mother Earth. And I use the same liner, and I just start bringing from the edge of like the bottom edge of the drawing, the lines, the narrow lines that goes and explore my body very gently. I don't rush anywhere. I'm actually feeling where the line wants to go. I follow the line. And I just follow the line. The lines may cross each other, and they go wherever they want. So we just getting the energy from the earth. We're feeding ourselves through feet, through the root chakra. So let's do through the root chakra. And it goes through your whole body. And you will explore and see that some areas, without even your attention, start having more and more crossings. Pay attention if there is some areas on your body that you really want to go very fast, that you're trying to skip it. So this is the very important areas, and I would really recommend you to slow down, because it may give you some emotion, some insights. So during this drawing, emotions start to show up. Like we really embrace the emotion and we allow them to be. Like if it's anger, express the anger on your drawing. So we very gently, but we still be accepting without any judgment all energies and all emotions that are stored in our body, hidden in our body, and we just explore them. We kind of start dissolving ourselves, but at the same time, we start know ourselves much better. So that's why I'm like, there's a lot of lines, and that's why I encourage to have skinny or ultra fine Sharpies, because there will be many lines. And when you have, if you feel like you have enough lines, you may start rounding. You may start around each corner. So we created energy in our body. We activated this energy, but now we want to harmonize this energy, to let it settle and to let it be very gentle to ourselves. So because each corner represents a challenge, a difficulty, and some kind of disappointment in ourselves. So we want to really harmonize it. So we'll be very gentle. And if you want to add more lines, you are welcome to do it. So before we start to add more other shapes, I would really recommend you to start rounding, because we need to integrate this energy that we activated. And notice what is going on in your own body. Like, how do you process this exercise? How do you body feels? Does it feel safe? Does it feel agitated? So like we always pay attention to 3 points, like body, your mind, like what you are thinking, and your emotions. and we don't try to suppress anything, we just explore it, and we express it on the paper. So if we have joy, we will express joy. If we have fear, we will express fear. So that's why, like, we really charging this drawing with ourselves. It's you can call it art meditation, you can call it art constellation. So it's a lot of emotional work. So the paper really represents the energetical and informational field that is connected to us. This is my inner presentation of my inner world, of my subconscious world. So Neuroline is helps to access the subconscious mind because it's a bionicle. So it reminds roots and branches and water, streams of water. So it feels very safe and very organic. So that's why our subconscious mind allows ourselves to go deeper, to go wherever we feel safe to go today. So today it could be deeper, but don't try to resolve all problems and all challenges in one drawing. So be very gentle to yourself. So and accept whatever is ready to be shown, and just explore it. And I wanted to ask, like we have Kenny did last time with us, like on Friday, it's first drawing, second drawing about body. Do you feel different from what you've done first time?
So far, I'm a little behind, but I'm always slower than you in the beginning.
It's okay.
I feel, well, my drawing is a lot uglier.
Okay.
Not as smooth. You know what it was? Is I tried to make it more feminine in it, and it looks really weird.
Interesting how you like, this is exactly what I like. I tried, like today my intention was to draw a feminine body and be connected to feminine sides of me. So because now I feel like I'm comfortable about my male side, but it feels a little bit awkward for sure. So it feels a little bit different. So
Unnatural a little.
Yeah. So explore it. So be with this. This is interesting. And it's actually really represents our relationship to our body and what kind of, pay attention if your body is shifted from the core that we gave it, like from the line that is in the middle. Does it have a out of balance? Do you feel that out of balance? So mine is more in the right side than on the left side. Like it's not perfectly symmetrical. So I can be, I can give some simple interpretation that I'm more in outside world than in family oriented. And it could be my male side still be dominating. So today my intention is to find harmony with my feminine side. So, and it's changing a little bit, challenging, maybe not even a little bit. Like if I be honest to myself, like I tried to be like I'm usually the one who wants to work very fast and find the result, like immediate results. And this is be patient and gentle to myself is not easy. This is a real challenge for me. So that's why I took the almost the skinniest, the thinnest liner for today, so it will slow me down to be gentle. If you have any questions, please let me know. It's much easier for me to answer questions instead of just trying to find the subject to talk on. So you can start rounding from one side and follow the next side as you want. But if you want, if you feel like some areas really need your attention before you can go any further, you can work there. So it's like trust your intuition, trust your observations. This is, you still be the most important. So the drawing is a secondary effect. This is just a picture that helps you to remember your process during the drawing. So the process is much more important than outcome. So we enjoy, and maybe not even enjoy, like maybe the challenges during the drawing is very precious as well. So we allow ourselves going through these challenges to be more connected and to know much better ourselves. It's always about ourselves. So we all, like, it's a, when I have my healthy relationship with my body, I will expect the same from others. But if I don't have this relationship with my body, like, people will not know how to react to it as well. So we need to really learn ourselves.
Anna, can you speak to how this shifts, like, our brain? Like, what is this mirror effect of doing the neurons on this piece of paper and inside our brain, our head?
Yes. So we basically, all these connections that we're rounding reminds us how the neurons connected in our brain. So when we did the exercise, we activated neurons. Now activated neurons could be connected, and lines really helps us to connect different parts of our brain related to this subject. So, and not just connected anything, but connected in harmonious way. So we really, by connection and activation, we activate the energy in our body. So the line is a thought, like our how we're thinking, and where the thought goes, it leads the energy there. So where goes our mind, goes our energy. So we want to activate the energy in the whole body in harmonious way. So that's why we're all doing all this rounding. So my mind is a little bit always going ahead of me. So I hope it was enough explanation. And what I wanted to say, like, when you have any goals that you want to achieve, it's much easier to achieve when you have enough energy. If you don't have enough energy, there will be very difficult to even start the process. But if you have enough energy, and enough energy is not just about capacity, how you can handle the energy, but how you can, about circulation, like money, like you can have only $20, but it will be always working and coming back and spending and coming back, like, so, and it will have the effect of enough. But you can have a lot of energy, and if it's not moving, there will be stagnation, and this energy can even start poisoning you. So you need to make sure that the energy that you bringing from the earth is moving in your body. So pay attention where if there is any stuckness, and we will work on the stuckness just in a few minutes. So we want to make sure that all the parts, that all our thoughts are activated and harmoniously balanced and harmoniously cleaned. So we're cleaning all the areas, all the crossings that really have a chance to be blocked. So, and some, for example, like for today, I have much less lines. It will be more when we start working, but at the beginning, last time I needed like bunch of lines. I needed a lot of energy to even start it moving because blockages were much more profound. Today, I feel more gentler, and most of it already was cleaned after the first exercise I've done. And I just allow yourself to trust my body and do just much fewer lines. So for each of us will be different. It depends on how much energy you have, how much energy you need right now. So, and we are accepting the energy from the ground. Like this time, I have many friends that meditate all the time, like yogi, go practicing, and all this high spirits. And I noticed that when we have a tendency to go high, we always forgetting about grounding. So grounding is much more important. You still be a pipe, you still be a channel between higher energies and earth. You need to be connected to the earth. Otherwise, this energy that you bringing during the meditation really does not go anywhere. So it's stuck somewhere in your upper body, but you need to be connected to the earth so it goes through you, not burning, not really gives you challenges. We have enough challenges. It's not why we're bringing the knowledge and support from other realms and other levels. So it's be a little bit more grounded, and it's you can pay attention. How do you even hold your legs, your feet? Are they on your ground when you're doing this work, this exercise? Or it's very hard for you? You have to pay attention like that. My feet have the tendency crossing each other, like they anywhere but on the ground. So this is a reminder for you. Pay attention to your body. One more thing about your body. How do you breathe? People usually have a different tendency. Some people live on inhale, some people live on exhale. So they're not always equal. So it's about give and take. So how do you breathe? Do you inhale more and fully, or you exhale? Again, there is nothing to judge. It's just observation. It's like when you look in the mirror, you want to see what is real there. Otherwise, you will always look in the, how they call this? curved mirrors. So, and if we can honestly look at ourselves, we will be able honestly look at other people as well. And we will know what to look at first. I start loving what I see. Like the more I rounding, I still feel like my body starts being more interesting. And it's interesting. It's my first time when I really like the shape. Because when I did the Friday class, I was like, oh my man, again. I know, so tired to be a man. Like I have 2 sons and my husband and my cat is a male. So we have too much male energy. I need to be a woman finally. And finally, I am one on my drawing. And I still feel it inside of me. And like this joy and pleasure from what I see. In our brain, there is a mirror neuron system that really helps us to empathize what we see when somebody else to experience emotion, like being emotional. So this way we don't really getting emotional about other people, but we have this distant experience. Will still be a little bit distant, but very inner experience on the paper, and we empathize it, and we allow ourselves to experience this emotional process in our brain. So I'm like, I'm not a scientific expert, and so my explanations could be very misleading, let's be honest. And so I can try to find more articles about it to you if you're really interested about scientific explanation about mirror neurons, and but it's very hard for me to explain, and for me I feel it's a little bit different. So for me it's more important that when I trying, it's like a constellation. If you work, if you're familiar with Bert Hellinger's work, the drawing is just representing some sides of you, some energetic charges of you, emotional charges of you, and you still be able to affecting the drawing. You still be able to work on your inner experiences. It's much easier to do on drawing because there is still be a distant, like we took it from our subconscious mind. Now it's not hidden. You can look at it and you can adjust it. So this is, it's like a math problem. So now I know what kind of steps I need to do to harmonize and achieve the emotional experience. Like my emotional goal is to like what I see, to feel very connected to it. And I feel already that I'm connected. And with my each corner that is rounding, I feel like I'm more, I like it more. It's getting more balanced, more harmonious. And the goal is you work on your piece as long as you achieve this satisfaction from the drawings. Like you need to be satisfied. Or accept that one drawing is not enough. So it's not like I have some drawings that I work in like really for many months on it. And it's changing constantly until I feel like this is what I want. And it goes through different stages and different experiences, and it holds different emotions. But it's sometimes I'm just sitting, finish one drawing, find some kind of satisfaction in one element or in the whole drawing, set it aside and do another one. Okay, so I did all roundings. I'm all usually very fast because I've just done it many times. I've rounded many angles. And next step, we are going to do bringing support and love. Wherever you see that there is many crossings, it means there is a big charge there. So I want it balanced. So I'm bringing a circle that will represent love, harmony, peace, and support to this area. And you can just draw a circle on top what is there, or you can find the part of the circle that already appearing in line. So for example, I see the many crossings here, and I just expand this drawing like circle. So this, I use the part of the lines, and I just creating this circle of love and harmony and support. And my skinny liner is not cooperating. So I'm bringing this help. And for example, this area, and I don't really analyzing right now which area needs more help and support. And the circles could be bigger or smaller. So whatever you feel like you can give right now. This is love that you give to your body. You're bringing attention to it. You're bringing your thought and energy to this area. It's like a magnifying glass that you bring in the focus and make it bigger and more profound for you. Like, this is the area that needs your attention, and I give this attention to it. And you can bring this circles as many as you want. So for some reason, this area, my right shoulder, does not have any line that really can be expanded in circles, but I want just draw a circle on top of it. And circles, you will be surprised. Some of the circles want to be bigger. Like when you start drawing them, don't limit yourself. Like if you have a feeling that you want to give it more and more rounds, I don't encourage you to do spirals per se, but you can. And sometimes you want to make a very strong boundaries, like give them, like really trust your body. What's your body is helping, is trying to tell you. Talk to your body. So explore it. So I want more and we start harmonizing these angles, because even bringing support and bringing resources could be may cause discomfort. So we want to integrate those balances so we can use them and don't be overwhelmed by them. So pay attention to your body. Do you want to drink? For example, I want some water. And do you want to, maybe it's too overwhelming for you. So maybe you need stand up and walk a little bit around your house to feel more balanced. Everything is okay. Trust your body. Listen to it, what it's asking to. It will be different levels when we really learn about our body. So this is right now we're exploring it with thoughts, like with lines. There will be, when we start coloring it, it will be more explanation and exploration with emotions. It will be different level of knowing our body. And physical reactions in your body, you can be like, it could be very strong, especially when you start working on areas where there was some trauma. You may start temperature, body temperature may change. You may start have a headache. So don't observe it. Don't force it. Don't try to suppress it back. So just observe it, because like if any discomfort in the body, it's usually caused by how many crossings we have. The more we're rounding corners, then more settled energies in our body, more harmonized, and it will be more balanced and more peaceful. And the headache will be different. It will be gone by the end. You finish the drawing for sure. So this is about corners, when we just say that they symbolize challenges and conflicts and difficulties. When they start not just the corners, they become symbols. And it's some people like who are really traumatized during the childhood, they don't see corners. I worked with kids in jail, and like some of them, not all of them, but some of them, for them challenges and conflicts are so permanent that brain does not recognize them anymore. So when they want to be changed, like when we say that you need to stay out of trouble, they don't see what the trouble is, and we need to be aware of it. So we need to teach them the new concept, like what this is a trouble, and this is how you stay out of it. But recognizing the trouble is the first step. And it's only done when something has changed. And why do we really need to recognize the trouble? And because when we don't see the trouble, we don't see when we cause those troubles. Like we really, it would be nice if we just don't recognize when other people acting bad, but it's not, because we are those people. We sometimes can be the reason why the trouble happens. And so we need to see and adjust our behavior as well. So it's always we're trying to change ourselves. So it's not we're trying to change others. The others will change the reaction to us if we change ourselves. It's a little bit philosophical statement, but This is what I see from my own experience. Please ask questions because I can go very deep in this existential exploration.
Well, I think this is fascinating. One of the YouTube videos I was watching was saying you could never have too many lines. What is your thought on that?
So the quality of neurographical work is really defined by how many lines you have. And the more lines, the more crossings you creating, it means that you're activating more and more energy. When you have too much energy, you have potential to find the easiest solution to any problem. When you have just enough, it will be not, maybe not so creative. That like there is a, when you have too much resources, you always find the most beautiful solution. Let's say this, like you may beautify or be more creative about resolving any issues. And it really does not mean just business issues, but the issues about your health and about your relationship as well. Like when you have more resources, you can play with them. So there is a but if you have very limited resources, you could be I'm just thinking, like if you have a limited resources, you will find a different solution. They maybe not aesthetically will be interesting, but they will be effective. Like so who is Bill Gates, I think, said, like, if I need to resolve big issue, I hire the laziest people and they find the most effective solution. So it's both ways. So you can increase more energy and find a creative solution, or you can be very limited on your resources, on your lines, and find the beauty in simplicity. So it's I would say this one. So and when we dissolve this, like ourselves with lines, it's about really, at this point, it's about letting go your ego. It's about dissolving ourselves and our concept of the world in the world itself. So we will get together ourselves. Like I don't have anything against ego. Ego is really needed, and healthy ego is a great asset that we can use to move forward, to grow and develop ourselves. But it's I encourage you to have this ability to choose when you want to be around people. Do you want to be always about you, or be able to feel connected to them? Like if you want to be connected, you have to let go some of your perceptions, and at the same time still feel them. Like you don't need to let go everything. I think it's a little bit getting too complicated. I need to think about it before I can move further in this thought. It's a little bit getting how much I want to dissolve myself in the surroundings.
So as you're drawing the circles, are you thinking like each circle is a specific resource, or what's your approach as you're drawing those circles?
So when I draw the circle, I give the love. The circle represents harmony and balance. Like usually when we're talking about the health issues, it's about hyper or hypo. So it's a too much or too little. So I'm not a big fan about let's like if it's a hypo, let's just increase the function of this part of the body or decrease this part of the body. Body will find a way to decrease or increase when we balance it. Like my goal of the circle, bring my attention to this area and bring my love to this area and bring the balance to it. So the body will have the best solution for it. Like body knows much better than my mind can understand. And I just give the support. And it's first of all, I bring my support. We will bring more support from outside, but it will be the next step. So right now, this is the love, how much love I want to give myself. And so be very generous about how much you want to give yourself. You may name it like, I want to give more water to my body. I want to give more time to rest for my body, maybe more meditation. But even just bringing the intention that you give love and balance is enough to activate awareness, your awareness about it. And you will find opportunities around you to take care of your body because you did it on drawing. So we just activate the awareness that this is available. It's like about this running that I was talking, and when this opportunity appears in my body, I did not really initiate the run itself, but I use the opportunity. And it's much easier when you do it in a company. And it's like, it's really something magical because my husband never ran. Like the last time he was running was in high school, I think, which was a long time ago. So I was like, wow, the magic really happens.
But it sounds like you needed to feel an enthusiasm for the running. Like if you were like, I don't want to run, that doesn't sound fun to me. You wouldn't do it, right? Or would you do it because it showed up and you know it's important for you to do?
So I used to run before, and I used to love it, like when it was every day and I was in much better shape. And I did some running in August last year, but it's always a challenge to start. Like the first intention, like really, like just start. And you will be attracted to it and you will feel better. But the first couple of weeks are usually the most challenging. And basically, when I was aware of it, like when my husband started, he gave me such an encouragement in the first in this beginning that everything seems much simpler, that it's not my intention that I have to do. And I got very excited because it's never we've done before. Like we've never exercised together except hiking, but it's a different. So it's excitement, and it makes everything simpler. Everything is more fun. Something that could be very challenging, and it's still be fun. So maybe.
Well, he was asking for more of your time, wasn't he?
He was surprised when I said like maybe we can run together. So because he just said like, oh, I'm starting running, and this is just for him as a fact. He did not invite me, and I'm not 100% sure if he is excited about it, but it's excited.
Well, it combined your running and him wanting more of your time. So there you go.
Yeah, with my red face, it's 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 definitely some new chapter for relationship as well. That's interesting. So that's why I'm so excited to tell you. We already did twice this week. And it's not something that we were discussed. He did not know what I was drawing, and like, was the question about health. This is something that spontaneously happened because I was aware that it may happen. Just some miracle, and it's happened, and I jumped in, and I'm very excited about it. And my husband surprised me this year a lot. I wanted to say that men do Neurographica very well. So I'm so excited when men do Neurographica, because it's very, for some of them, it's the only way to meditate. This repeating simple steps like rounding corners could be very, very healing for them when they can turn on the brain and still see the result. They still do something, and it's very, I'm highly encouraged at least to try for some of them. Okay, so I've done 3 circles that I wanted to give myself, and now I want to activate my connections to other people. We're already talking about other people around us, and I bring in more lines on site to be connected to other people and accept the love from them and give love to them. So it's a giving and taking balance. So I'm bringing more lines on site. Just find people around me, like exploring the surroundings. And I can bring those lines from, if you want, you can bring them from your heart. If you want more heart-to-heart connections, or if you want just some communication. And again, like when you connect to other people and you see more and more lines created, this is an indication that potentially some big resource could be brought there. Like you bringing your attention, you bringing your energy, you bringing your thoughts and good wishes and desires, and you just find the circles. Like, for example, I see that this curve could be expanded to a circle. And if I wanted, I'm starting from the curve, but I even can make it a little bit bigger. And for some reason, I wanted to make even bigger. I don't really think about who is this person that gives me this love and support. It doesn't really matter right now. I'm just feel supported. This is my ultimate goal, to feel supported by people that around me. It could be, I don't know, friend, or it could be family member, or maybe it can be a good chat with a person in the store, that like somebody who wish me something nice. And this wants to be again, the circles could be big and could be small. So the size right now does not matter. I want to feel that it's a different help that I can accept. Some people can give you teaspoon of help. Some can give you a bucket. And it's a teaspoon could be easier to digest. Like if 1,000 people will give you just a good smile, you maybe feel better, much better than someone will try to resolve all your issues. It's accept what is given. Accept with a gratitude what is available for you right now. So, and we just round and integrate this connections to this society, to this beautiful souls that around us. And it could be not just people, it could be support and help and love from your pets. It could be support from your neighborhood, from the nature. So just any support, any attention.
So you're doing circles. One, you did your circles in terms of you're adding love and harmony and balance to the area. And now you're making circles of support. Am I understanding that correctly?
So first circles, I did love for myself. I gave love, my love to myself. Now outside, when I connected to the social life, I accept love and support from other people. So first, my 3 circles that I did at the beginning on my body, it was my love to myself. Now I'm bringing more resources from outside, from other people. Does it make sense?
Yeah. So I guess when I'm doing it, I'm probably mixing the two as I do it, kind of thing.
It could be. It's a be aware of it that you they can be mixed. And sometimes when you feel that it could be mixed in the way that sometimes when you give love yourself, you recognize it as somebody else give it to you. So that there is no really big definition between who gives support to you. Like,
because we're all connected ultimately.
Yes, yeah. And it's not just that I give the that I take from others. That's those lines. It's a give and take. So when I give myself love, do you see how much I can give it to others? Like, because I have plenty now. I have something to give. It's like when I'm exhausted, the only thing I can think about like how to preserve what I have right now to survive. But when I have enough, when I feel that I'm fully capable to give, I will give. So it's really encouraging.
So you were drawing some lines before. I think I'm slower than you in terms of getting this done or creating it. You were drawing some lines of connection before. Like, what was that part of this process?
So when I did, so we did lines to fill our body with energy. We gave ourselves love. We used lines to connect ourselves to society. So these lines on side, you can do it from your heart. Bring more lines from your heart, or just from any side of your silhouette, from your body. And we just connect to the lines. And when I see that in lines, or like when I see that some areas of me needs more support, I draw a circle, like this circle, this circle, this circle, and I can draw. When I have more crossings, it means that there is some potential help there. So, for example, I want to make help here, and I can give myself help here. I don't really name it, like what kind of help is it? It's really not important right now. So the most important is just feel supported, feel that you have plenty to use. And I want like really big circle here. So circles can go beyond the drawing. Like it's okay if it goes behind, like beyond the paper that you have, because our brain will continue the curve and it will recognize that this is the huge resource that you don't even have opportunity to see it in the full capacity right now, but it's available and you have the access to it. So this is my intention. Okay, so now I have enough resources from outside, and I start integrate them as well. I start using them, and I feel, so pay attention about like when you see the resources, pay attention that it's balanced. This is your system. How balanced is the system? Do you have enough resources inside and outside? Do you have enough resources for grounding and for dreaming? For example, like I have a very strong grounding resources, like really very strong. My middle is balanced. There is a lot of resources. And now I'm looking on my top, and my top has a very few resources and very few, maybe it could be my project, or it could be my dreams, desires that I want to implement. Because with such strong roots and support from the ground, I can dream bigger. So, and I'm going to dream bigger, and I am just go wild and draw like this. This will be my, this is already feels like not just resource, but something that I can give to other people. Something that I have this big access. I don't know, maybe some idea. Now I feel like I'm balanced. You see, I have huge resources here, huge resources here. So, and this is, each resource is not just, I take it to myself. There is exchange. There is always give and take balance between you. And we use this circles because we want to use this resource in the best, most harmonious, most like the easiest potential, the easiest to digest, to integrate. So the circle is considered the perfect shape, and it represents divinity, harmony, balance. It may represent cycles as well. So it's, when I ask for the support, I want it to be in harmonious way. Thank you a lot for the questioning, like, because it's really, when you ask questions, it's my opportunity to think and find the answers. And sometimes they're not so clear, my answers, but it's an opportunity for me to to start looking for them. So I highly appreciate all your questions. Maybe, and don't hesitate to ask the same questions over and over, because my answers usually changing. So it's interesting how it works. So pay attention your body reactions. Do you notice any changes in your body, in your emotions? Do you feel any changes in your insights? Maybe something that really understanding some. You can even have some memories show up and related to some of the areas of your body. So these days, pay attention a lot to your chest, to your lungs. Lungs really, it's a permission to live, how you give yourself permission to live. And it's interesting that I've just noticed that on my chest, in all this lines that existed, I have already like 90%, like maybe not 90, but 80% circle is already is here. I just need to finish it a little bit. So, and I have this big love to my heart area, to my lungs area, so which I feel very comfortable integrate.
Anna,
Yes.
I just finished all my rounding, and I just wanted to touch base with you as far as putting circles on it.
Okay, so you see how this line that goes like they entangled, like they really like two snakes like together. You see?
Right here?
Yes, and like they really like DNA. It feels like a DNA curve.
Right.
So look how you on your drawing, like this is how you strong. There is a very strong core in you, but how you isolated from the rest of the world. So what I want you to start expand and reach to other people, like more lines to other people, but it will be next time. It's really like I see DNA. Like this is really something on the DNA level you're working. So
yeah,
give it as much love as it needs. Activate your potential.
Thank you.
It's different from what we've done first time. And it will be interesting to see after we add some colors and how the drawings will be changing. So the exercise that we've done at the beginning, the SWOT, if you are going to explore this subject like health subject further, like you can draw different drawings, different images related to this theme. You can notice how associations will be different, how you're changing your perception and your words will be different. Like when I compare my words from this exercise and exactly the same exercise on Friday, they are different. So this is just for you to observe if there is any dynamic in your perception, in your relationship to yourself, to your body. So there is you don't have to keep them. You can throw them away. Some people want to make some ritual and burn them. Like I'm not one of those people, so I'm just like if I don't work on a case, like several works about health, then I just throw it away in the recycle bin.
So the more lines and circles you draw, the more corners you have to round, which
Yes,
takes longer than to do the whole.
yes.
whole
And
drawing.
what is good about this technique that you can even finish the drawing. It's maybe completely finished, colored, and you could be satisfied full. And next day you wake up and you feel like, wow, I want more lines. I want more support. And you feel free to add them whenever you're ready. So this, I'm usually use a lot of lines, but a lot of lines could be overwhelming for some people. So do them step by step, like take first level, integrate, and see how you moving forward, if anything has changed. The next step, you do more lines, round those corners, integrate, and stay with this feeling. So don't try to do everything in one sitting because it's we active like some too much activation could be overwhelming. It definitely makes more effect at the end, but really, if the question like, oh, it's too much, I'm not going to finish it, do just few, do as many as you can, so you don't need to have 100 lines. You can add
I
them
feel
later.
like I want all these lines, but I feel like I'm not keeping up. Like, I'm not keeping up, but I want all these lines and circles, but I'm not keeping up here because I have a lot of curves to do. So that's going to take me a while.
It's okay, because like you understand that I've done already thousands of miles of neurolines and like millions of rounding. So I'm doing it very fast. And for you, it will be at the beginning challenging. And it's not even that you will be faster, you can have your pace. And don't feel that you must move on the same speed as I do. Like, because, for example, my husband, he feels uncomfortable if speed is increasing. So, and he like has the tendency just, I will not do anything if it's too fast. So be gentle to yourself. Like, don't make a goal to finish in one, like during the class. You can have it, you can have all the time to work on it. It's a big thing that we're working on. The health is very always important, and take care of yourself. Be gentle. Don't rush. So be very gentle. Yeah, I wanted to share with you that like my father is drawing Neurographica now, my mom is drawing Neurographica, my husband and younger son, the only person, and my mother-in-law is drawing Neurographica. The only two people in my family who has a resistance is my older son, but he does art, different art, and it's fine. And my father-in-law feels like this is a little bit too much for him. So I'm like, and it's already amazing, because if somebody a year ago would tell me that my husband is going to draw and my father is going to draw, I would laugh and think that you people are crazy. It's impossible. So I would say everything is possible now. So.
And it's interesting. I had a point where I thought, oh, this feels very refreshing and I really like it. And then the invitation to draw more outside circles of support, then suddenly I don't like this at all. And I'm trying to figure out how I can fix it. And then now it looks like a catastrophe.
It's very challenging to accept help from other people. It's like, it's really challenging. We are, and it's what's interesting that it's when we don't ask for help and don't take help from other people, it doesn't mean that we don't give help. We usually very generous with sharing what we have compared to what we take for ourselves. And it's I'm not surprised. It's a relationship. It's a relationship between give and take and with other people, like really trusting them that they have a that you worth accepting, like be taken care of. And this help could be, it's not necessary they have to come to your house and do dishes or something like very, but it's about really give you emotional support, that you don't feel a burden to other people, but interesting to, and give them an opportunity to grow and share something. That's yeah, I'm like, for me, this line that represents connection to social life was a very challenging at the beginning. Like really, like it's a, I had to do like one at a time, and it's stay with this like a little bit, because it's a process. It's really how you it's not just accepting, but it's when you reconnect to the social life, it's how you tell the people I'm here, and I I'm allow myself to be noticeable. We like when we freeze in our state and we don't move, we don't really operate with other people. So it's many levels. It's not just accepting, but it's really being visible as well. And another thing that like letting go your ego as well. It's like it's such a multi-level challenge that for each person it's a different experience. So don't force, be gentle, explore it, and accept the resistance. So maybe a few lines will be enough for today, and tomorrow you can add more, and just see how it feels.
It suddenly felt, it went from being kind of clear and elegant to feeling very kind of noisy and sketchy and kind of headachy.
Yes, it's a lot of it could be a lot of emotions show up. So yeah, that's why I'm like, drink water, be very gentle to yourself. So don't force anything. So it's not about willpower. It's about observation and really allow yourself to learn where you're resistant, why you're resistant, and just accept some of this. And when you accept it, it's first of all you need to accept before you start changing it. So this is a fact. I'm like, this is a fact. I don't feel comfortable about being seen and accept help from other people. Do I want to do anything about it? Do I feel comfortable about it? Do I feel lonely when I say this? Like when you accept, there will be new level of emotions that show up. And you just observe them and move forward at this pace that you feel comfortable. So this is an interesting technique, that like this Neurographica, that very often we have this at the beginning, especially we choose a very small size of paper that we can work. We can look only on small parts of our subconsciousness and work on it. But for example, if I would if I feel comfortable about myself, about being visible, I would just glue this piece of paper on bigger piece of paper, or I can just glue different paper on sides and expand it on a I would go on a different level and just see how I feel on a when I look at the bigger picture, when I am smaller, and so many possibilities and opportunities are around me. So it's like if you want a challenge, you always can expand it. And some drawings could be like you've done, and you just set aside and never even come back to them. Like you've done some. There is no much wants to be resolved, and some you will be come back, and you changing constantly, and there's still be emotional charge to it. So it's different. So, and for different people, some wants to work on one drawing constantly, and some wants to like, okay, so this drawing was revealing one level of my emotions and my problem, and I go to another drawing and I feel another level. So you can have two options. You can go to another drawing or just find another level on this one. So on a small scale, like when we use this letter size or even smaller size, it could be a little bit different to work very long. But if you, I have some drawings that really represents my whole life, and it took me 9 months to work on it, and it was a very transformative, and it's very like so much emotional charges. This is you need to be very prepared to do, because it's a big project. Like it took me 9 months to really be fully satisfied with the drawing, because like very deep emotional transformation show up during the changing this drawing. Like 9 months, like really I gave a labor. I was in a labor when it was be born. It's not comfortable, and it's definitely not entertaining. But it could be we can just go deeper and deeper as we want. So I wanted to ask you, like, if you have any themes that you really want to work on, let me know. I will try to find the best exercise that we can, all of us will benefit from it, because I'm looking at exercises from my point of view, but some of these points could be blindsided. So if you have something that we want to work together on, let me know. I'm open to hear you. And even if we worked already on some areas, like we did a class about relationship, we can do another exercise that I really, really like. And if I don't have exercise, I will just implement it. Like I will just create a new exercise that will satisfy your needs. I'm like, I don't want you to be fit my what I know, because we can learn together and make it risky, but we will make it more interesting. Something.
So will your Friday evening be the same one as we did today, or will that be different?
No, it's a little bit, some of the people are different. So, and it will be the same. So Friday, this Friday, usually we start on Friday, and Wednesday is a repeating. So on Friday, we will start working on inspiration of our brain. And on Wednesday, next Wednesday, it will be a repetition, like a repeated class. So some of my clients have like from different countries, from different states, and just 6 p.m. Pacific time does not work for all of them. So that's why I have this opportunity to be connected. And I have one class that I'm teaching in Russian for my Russian students. So all these classes are on YouTube. Most of them. There is only one class that I decided to keep private because there was so much personal information revealed that I did not feel comfortable about sharing this my client's information on YouTube. You can subscribe and have notifications, or you can watch some of them. So just be aware that there is some Russian speaking classes there. It's because I just have one channel for both of them.
We find your channel on, what is it called, Anna?
One more time.
How do we find your channel on YouTube?
It's called Healing Art, Anna
Healing Art.
Romanenko. Yes, and I can
Okay.
send you a link. I can just send you a link.
Find it. Healing Art. Mhm.
Yeah. You know about my modesty. There is none. Yeah.
There is no need for any.
Yeah.
You're just radiant. Why be modest?
And if you want to know more about me, so you can find this information on my website that was just recently updated.
Oh, yeah?
And there is more information about me as a healer and me as an artist. So my wood carvings are there. So it's some more art projects there. So you can, if you're interested, you can see it.
Wonderful. Your new. I remember last time you said that you had a burst of energy and you set up a couple of websites and you knocked a bunch of things out. Creative impulse.
Yeah, so that's my husband has to run so he can spend time with me because I don't have much other time to share. And this, like the really, I already told girls that in February I did the desire map, and in the area where the family was related, I wrote a statement that I want to spend more time with people who matter the most to me. And now we spend 24/7. So it's really, the wish is granted.
Yeah.
And, let's see.
Can you talk a little bit about the inventor? Like how did he come up with this process? How did he figure out, oh, this actually works on all these different levels? Did it take him like 30 years to figure this out, or what happened?
No, it's like, thank you. First of all, thank you for the asking, because I'm horrible about talking about my teacher. So his inventor is Pavel Piskarev. He is a Russian psychologist. His first degree was actually in architect, but he has a lot of energy work. So he's a Reiki master. He's doing qigong and different energy modalities he practicing for himself, goes to Vipassana like many times. So he is very connected to intuitive world. And about 6 years ago, actually on April 29th, there will be big event celebrating 6th birthday of Neurographica. He was flying from one city to another, fall asleep on a plane. This is the story, so and in his dream, he heard the word Neurographica. So I pronounce it as it is in Russia because it's a two Latin roots. And he woke up because it was so clear, nobody around told him, and he started exploring, like this was such a strong feeling that the word was pronounced, and start Google it. Nothing was in internet about connected to this word. There was no such word in Google at the time. And he started analyzing what the word can really represent. Why did he hear? And his really background as an architect, as an artist, helped him to combine the drawings like Graphica and combined psychology. So now he's a professor in psychology. So he just in August had like his paperwork was accepted and published his scientific research. The Neurographica is just 6 years old. It's already recognized as a scientific subject in the international society. It's in register of in the list of science subjects, and he just started implementing how the Graphica can represent our neuron system and how it may impact, and experimenting. It's a still be very new method, very fast developing. He created an institute that is called Psychology of Creativity in Russia. It's registered in Russia and in Switzerland as well. So last year I graduated, and it gives me 2 degrees, one instructor Neurographica. The education took about 240 hours, and it's about 9 months. And another degree is aesthetic coach, that I look at the drawing and I can use it in coaching. I'm not sure if it's really make a evaluation in US, and I'm more about instructions. My goal is to give you instruments that could be used by yourself. So there is a association that I am a member of, the association Neurographica Americas for Canada and US, and that have sometimes classes in English. They are usually paid classes. Some of them are free classes. You can find them on Google or on Facebook. It's called Neurographica Americas. Yeah. Just yesterday I filled the form. We were discussing some aspects of association, and in February there was a published first book about Neurographica. The book is in Russian, but right now it will be translated. Very soon it will be translated. So there is different, we call it algorithms, but for some people who get overwhelmed about the word algorithm, I call it exercises or recipes sometimes for people who does not like anything that's related to math. That could be really representing everything graphically. So any anything that we do, like any subject could be represented in drawing, and very symbolic things like the outline that we are doing could be represented as a circle, just a bigger circle that will represent you. But I feel like when we do the outline, it gives a lot of, it's more information about in which area you need to give more attention. So it's a, but it could be limited to really just the circles and very basic shapes. The basic shapes considered to be circle, narrow line, triangle, and square. Triangle and square has corners, and those shapes already have some kind of conflict that is built in, and like we need them sometimes when we want to move forward, when we want to initiate some movement or dynamic in some areas. But when we talk about health and lifting inner constraints, the other algorithm that I was teaching before, it's about harmonizing and like how we really balance everything. So I would not really recommend to have triangles on your drawing because it's a little bit too dynamic. And especially when we have so much, like right now we have isolation, and there is a limited opportunities to channel this conflict energies. Like if it would be like, if you would be a businessman and you need to move forward your business, I would really highly encourage you to do the some triangles, because it's really increase a lot of energy. And but you need to make sure that you have to be very gentle with triangles. If you don't have positive channeling like sport or business or some projects, like even creative projects could be helpful, you will express this conflict on your family, and it's not good. So that's why I'm like, right now we're about balancing and harmonizing, but it could be some activation could be done as well. So just be aware that there is a different shapes. Other shapes are just a combination of those lines, circles, triangles, and squares. Triangles represent conflict. It may represent a leadership as well, and it may represent movement dynamic. So square is about more about stability, security, safety, some preserving something that you don't want to really changing. So it's all those energies have very symbolic meanings, and for some people it could be a little bit different. Each color may represent different emotions, different energies, and I'm talking about them a little bit when we do feedbacks, but it's for it may be each person can use a different system, like color system. Like in Asia, there is its own studying about colors and related to elements. If you use the chakras and different colors, it could be different systems. So this is a little bit, it depends on the person and what kind of associations you have to it. Okay, one more circle I want to do, and I'm going to start. So on 29th, we are going to celebrate the 6th birthday. It's online celebration So next year he is planning to, so he was planning to visit US this year, but nothing really happened. He is actually still teaching, but he's stuck in Thailand, like just visiting with his family Thailand, and when the borders were closed and he could not really leave the country. So all our online classes, I'm right now, I don't take his classes, but I'm a mentor, not exactly mentor, like it's called supervisor in the institute. Well, so I support and give feedback to new students in the institute. So I'm actively participate in our Neurographica Society. And what I'm doing is a little bit different because I still have this, I have a background, I'm a facilitator of family constellation, and I kind of combining it, and I see the huge potential that it could be represented. The Neurographica could be used for art constellations. So my interpretations are a little bit different from what other instructors can give you, which is could be, for some people it could be better, for some it's too much or just different. There is no like saying that I'm better or worse than others, it's just different. So thank you for asking about the creator. He's like, I've met him personally. He's for sure he's an interesting guy, and you can find his picture online, and I don't think I have it on my computer so to show you, but maybe next time I will prepare it. So there is a very interesting algorithm about working with time and your relationship with time, with space, with multitasking. So there is an enormous list of exercises that we can try. But if you want to, if you have something that is very important for you, very difficult for you.
So I specifically drew ears on my person on myself because I'm having ear issues and I want to heal them. Is there anything you recommend as far as anything else I should do in that area?
For the ears?
Yes.
You can give them you can create a bubble of really support around your head.
Okay.
Okay, because I see you have ears.
Yeah.
But bring them more love. Bring some solutions that could be helpful, and look how the lines are going through your ears. So there is something that you can give. You can create 2 circles around your head and just have this big ears, or you can just make a bigger circle around the whole head and give this enough support. Okay, so next step, I've done enough lines. It's already a little bit too much, I'd say. So next step, I'm going to give you a challenge. You can follow the challenge or you can do it on your own. So we can use 3 colors, basic colors, red, blue, and yellow. So this is, and just by mixing those colors, you can create any colors you want. So you can use those 3 colors, or you can be just, if you don't feel that you're ready for such challenge, you can use as many colors as you want. So this is really listen to yourself. So what do you what are you ready to do today? So I will follow. Let me see if it's a different or the same. Red, yeah, the same. So I have 3 colors and I'm going to use them. And when we color, we use the same steps. We creating out of reconnecting several segments together and just find a bigger, like look at the bigger pictures. We find unusual connections from the segments that we have already. If you feel that some of the circles want to be more preserved, you can use the different colors for particular circles. Or if you want just find the free flow in the shapes. So, for example, this was like more about free flow. Some of the shapes I was coloring, like the red, I wanted to really give the grounding, but you can find just the different segments that you want to color. So let me start. And so first of all, I feel like, so last time I did, I felt like I dissolved too much. I really lost my shape. So this one, like for me, is very important to really embrace the shape, embrace the outlines that I really want to be, to see my borders, my boundaries. And so I want myself to stand out from this drawing. And these lines, like when I use the yellow, when I will use, if I use on top something else like red or blue, they will be changing to different colors, but I want to fill myself with this golden light that helps me to see my boundaries. Because it's a very important to really understand what your boundaries are. When you don't feel your boundaries, you don't notice when you're crossing boundaries of other people. And it's very, it could be very disturbing for other people. And so I don't want to be one of those people. I've been there. It's not comfortable for everyone. So, and my head. Okay, so now I activated my body, like really give myself some golden feeling. So you I decided to do it like in one color, so you can do it a little bit different. And now I want to start adding more colors, like and combining those 3 colors that I have. For example, and it could be like you can color the whole set, like the whole circle, or you can just some segments of it. It's like really what's your intuition, what is your desire is trying to tell you how you want. And I still remember that this is my intention in general for this drawing is explore my feminine side and explore my gentleness, how I can be gentle, which is a very challenging. I'm in general not a very gentle person, like to myself. I could be gentle to other people, could be very patient, but not about myself. Okay. That's as gentle as it could be. And for example, for this one, I don't feel like I want to be staying in circle. I want just to create unusual shapes. So this near lines that we were drawing, they really helps us to find unusual shapes, unusual solutions, like very creative solutions. So I have this. And you may blend colors, you may create, keep them clean. You can use the gradient when they connect to each other. For example, like if I have this blue one, and I will do this small gradient. We'll see if it helps me to create some purple. Just using 3 colors is really challenging. It's I feel like I'm limiting myself. So it's up to you if you want. The 3, why do we use the 3 colors? Why do we use this limitation? This is only for this exercise. So usually I don't have any, this is really challenge. So the 3 colors, red and blue, have a different base. It's a different meaning. So the golden, the yellow is joy and lightness. So red is about energy and blue is about structure. And to feel this trinity, holy trinity, to combine them in your drawing helps to balance them. Like really, can you balance all 3 colors and don't allow any of them to be overwhelming? So this is that's why I invite you to participate in this challenge. So and they will create new colors when you combine them, when you blend them with each other. So basically, like if you, these 3 colors have a potential to blend in all 7 colors of rainbow, because 6 colors. Russian use 7 colors in rainbow, Americans use only 7 colors in rainbow. We have a light blue and blue, like we recognize 2 different colors. Okay. Some reason I want to be green. And it's like really like a coloring book. So color yourself the way you want, like to try to make it fun. So don't overthink what you want. Try to really enjoy it, like find this childhood happiness and excitement about coloring myself. Like I can be anybody or I want at least at my drawing. And when you feel this opportunity to be anybody on your drawing, and when you really feel that you could be this any person, you can find this opportunity to be anybody in your life. It's really like practicing, and you can add more lines whenever you feel like you want. So the only awareness should be that when we have pencils, colored pencils, the markers usually don't draw very well on top of it. They got clumsy with wax that is in colored pencils, and it could be challenging. Interesting. I have one arm is green, and I'll do another arm green. My legs will be light and happy, and my arms will be connected to my heart. So pay attention to your sensations in your body. How do you feel? If there are any emotions show up, like those three areas that you really pay attention: your body, your emotions, and your mind. Again, so your experiences during the drawing and during the coloring are more important than how it's going to look at the end. So I want you to be really aware of it. And you know what? I really don't want to limit myself with all the three colors. And I break my challenge and I just go wild, and I will start coloring, because I feel like if I really try to limit myself, I will not achieve the satisfaction as I want from this drawing. So I will not be gentle enough. Okay, I will do some. So it's up to you. Like, if you want to be challenged, you can be, but feel free, the way I am, to break the challenge. It's really about listening to yourself and allow yourself to break any constraints that you have. Okay, I have green arms, like very green, very bright, nice. And I like it. And this one, I want this. It's interesting, like this year, I feel like I'll use neon colors almost on every of my drawings. So I feel like I want to be very bright, which is unusual. Yeah. Now I have this sense of lightness. When I allowed myself to break the restrictions, which is usually I follow my challenges very precise, but this is about allowing yourself or maybe I just have to go on a different level of lightness of these colors, like pink, bright yellow, and light blue. And this may be what is the message. Okay, because this intense red I don't like the intense red. And dissolving.
Anna, when you started this exercise, you started all the lines coming up from the bottom and going up.
Yes,
Would it
from the
matter
earth.
if you
From
went
the
from
earth.
other directions with the lines?
One more time.
When you started this exercise, after you drew the figure, all the lines you did from bottom to top.
Yes.
Would it matter if you felt like, oh no, I need to do the lines from another direction, or was there a very specific reason, like ground yourself first and bring the energy up, that you chose to go from bottom to top?
Yes, my intention was to really ground the body, like really feel connected to the earth and feel connected, because grounding helps us to feel ourselves in the body, like really feeling belonging and present on the earth right now. We have a tendency to go very high, but if you want to bring the energy in your body, you need to feel be grounded. So I started from the taking energy from the earth and going it through my body. So I'm really was establishing the channel between earth, me, and the higher, like higher vibrations. So the like we need to be the conductor, or like to bring this energy, the potential of the energy that can be around us. So if you have like just intention to bring energy from others, pay attention to it, because like if you don't take the energy from the earth, which is always available, it may like represented in your life, you're taking the substitute of this energy from other people. So this is could be an indication. I cannot say that it's like for sure you do it, but if it's easier for you, you like if you don't have access from the earth for any reason, it's you have to compensate it somewhere. Just something to be aware of it. What else? The earth is really very generous, and there is no like, and it's very loving, and so you don't take the last sources from the earth. You can take it as much as you want, because you will, when you will feel grounded, when you feel rooted to the earth, you will be able to bring higher vibration from the sky to the earth as well. So you just passing the energy through your body. So you're taking, but you're giving as well. Does it make sense?
Yes, I just was wondering in terms of the exercise.
Anna, thank you very much. I'm gonna have to go. Thank you again, class. And here's myself in feminine form.
Wait, let me find you. Okay, so okay, interesting. So I love how big you like circles are on top. You see how there is no much support on the ground for you. Everything is on top. So again, like we already discussed about it, grounding. For you, it's
Yes.
very important. So be aware of it, and I would highly recommend to draw maybe another circle, or maybe part of this like this purple color that you have on bottom. You may make out of it a circle that more harmonious way, and it's Yeah, I love how many lines you have on side that you're more connected. So there is a very significant two areas, like on top, there is everything buzzing. And you see how much is buzzing on top. That's why it's another indication why you need to have a very strong root. Like you need to channel this energy to the earth so it does not really explode you. Like this, will be too much energy. Like I will, like if I would see such a energized head, I would assume that your like electricity starts making funny things.
That's
Like
because after the Tuesday class.
Okay, so yeah, like bring more groundings, more roots. Like it's very important to balance it. And and don't you feel like a little bit more constrained in your chest, like in your torso? Because it's I love that it's an egg, but when the egg will be cracked, there will be a lot of energy that's showing up there. And I see how it's really changing from the bluish to the golden inside. So something is getting born there, like something is ready to show up, but to support it, again, you need roots.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Anna.
You're welcome. Okay, bye. Bye, Natalie.
Bye.
Okay, so if you have any questions about your drawings, you're welcome to turn on your sound and ask, and I will find you and make a comment about it. Like if you want to. Okay, and I'm keep going on my lighter combination of blue, red, like I have pink now, and neon yellow. So I have this different qualities of those colors on my drawing.
So, Anna, question, when you're adding different color, like not three, the other one, are you kind of like give a power for certain areas of your body? Is that how kind of consider?
So I would not really recommend you to turn on the analytics about like what the color I want to use and why do I want to use this color. So you can just follow the intuition, like follow what color do you really want to be there. There is a aesthetic intellect that really gives you the to helps you to create this beautiful image of yourself. So just follow your
intuition.
Yes, exactly. Okay. And
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And you can rotate your circle. Like another thing that why we use from the bottom to top, it's unusual that like most of the artists don't really like they usually draw from the top to bottom, but it's there is a sense of growing, sense of really making it bigger. So like the growing is probably the easiest, the best word. that something that is rising from the bottom to from your through the whole body. So this is a very important. And you see, like sometimes you feel like this energy can stuck in some areas. So give more attention, so more light, like so much more gentle colors there, so to support it and help it to dissolve any blockages. Like this light can go from bottom to top. Okay, something very golden is showing up here. And it's interesting, like when I look at other pictures, it's easier to see what is out of balance. But when you look at your own pictures, like it's not everything that you can see. Like you really, sometimes you need somebody to recognize, like somebody out of your system to recognize the pattern that you're repeating. So, or maybe you just set aside your picture, have a little bit disconnected from it, and at some point, maybe in a few days, you will look at it with a completely different eyes, like completely new awareness will show up. So don't really try to ask other people, like, what do you see in my drawings? Because this is an emotional field for you, and other people don't recognize it, and they definitely not always recognize the charge that you have in your drawing. So and to avoid this big disappointment in like comments, just be aware that other people may see differently, not always, but differently, your drawing, which could be challenging. And again, pay attention to what is going on, how the process is going on inside of your body. This is the ultimate goal, to feel it, not just draw, but like feeling what you're drawing, because the picture will just help you to remember what you experienced. And if you experience it in drawing, especially like challenging emotions, you help them to let it go, to let them, to process them. I'm quite satisfied with like that my decision that I changed to lighter colors. Something is big is coming. Good. So I found this dry text highlighters that's really easy to blend, and they give this very bright colors. There's some, they're a little bit soft, and so it's not always easy to sharpen them, but they are one of my favorite lately. I'm very big fan of different supplies, like color pencils. I have so many of them now. And I prefer to, like, when I teach in person my students, my like in classes, I prefer to give quality materials, because it's such a pleasure to work with beautiful colors, with soft pencils. It's a different experience for sure.
Have you used the water soluble pencils?
No, I actually, like, I used some of them because they're very soft, but I've never really used the water on top of them. Like, I know that many people who do Neurographica use the watercolors like pencils, but I'm not one of them. I use Prismacolor, and I'm very happy with this colors, the pencils. But most, like many people, like really use because they just softer. They softer and they help blend very well. And I've seen some of my students do the like use the watercolors. I would not, like, really, if you feel like you want to experiment, try it. It's the activate your creative solution, like find a new way to experience those emotions. Like if you need to dissolve them, dissolve them. This is something that
I actually did, and I didn't like it because when I add water, because I was basically all kind of exercise. So the main line is disappear also. It's kind of like, I don't like it. I can show you actually. So it's everything, it's like disappears. It's a watercolor. So I don't even know where it's just the color. Like, can you see it, guys? I don't know.
it's a dissolved lines as well, yes?
Yeah, the line is dissolved. So it's very challenged. No, not my favorite. Maybe not add the so without water actually it's better. But again, I was experimenting, so I was using little cotton ball with the water, and basically I just wash it out. Yeah. So
You can,
no, don't do it.
you can try to do other new lines on top of it and bring the more structure to it, so it maybe can save the drawing. But it's worth to try. So like, don't really like, if you want to do something
I did
new.
it and it came out great. I used a Sharpie pen, and the vibrancy popped like stained glass windows. So I would, for me, I loved it, and it didn't, everything still stayed defined. At the same time, the color became like stained glass.
So yeah, it's for each person is different. Like, you have to find your own instruments. You have to find your own tools. And to find it, you need to allow yourself to fail sometimes and experiment. So you will not, don't limit yourself. So I'm highly encourage you, like if you mind is really gives you such idea. Experiment, play with this, and like children, you be childish, and whatever works for others may not work for you, but it's okay.
So how is this found in Russia? Like in America, we have this concept of, oh, that's too woo-woo. Is this like considered really woo-woo in Russia? Is it not very well known in Russia? Or like how is it over there?
So this is actually the least woo-woo stuff that I'm doing because I am a healer and I work with energies all the time. And it's a really difficult challenge was for me to tell in Russia that, I'm a healer. And people are like, oh, you're a healer, it means you are a witch. so people are different, and this is because it has some psychological explanation. Even I can maybe not comfortable about like really verbalize them, like they're still be recognized as a science. So it's a different sense when like whenever is recognized as a science, it's a permission to accept. For it's really some of the stuff that people cannot understand how fast it may work. Like I was teaching the class, for example, a Russian class, and one of the students was drawing her theme was about buying the apartment that they were looking for, and like they found the apartment, they loved it, but the price was too high. And after like couple hours of drawing the blockages related to the subject, the realtor called and said like the price was dropped like several thousand, and they can't afford it now. So when such stuff happens, it's a woo-woo stuff, but it really helps you to change the personal vibration, the personal, and when your vibration is higher, you will attract and resonate people that will be at the same level. People will react different, and situation will happen. I have like so much miracles has happened in me. Like the miracle is already that my husband can is drawing. He is one of my first students, and he is a certified user of Neurographica. And my other family members that invited, the miracle was about bringing the Neurographica brought in my awareness children at correction center that like I did not know even that there is opportunity to volunteer there. And so situations will be very hard to explain, but you just like be grateful and accept them as they are, because it means that when you work on yourself, you change something, you process, you let go something and accepted new energies. After each drawing, you are a little bit different, a little bit freer and fuller and hopefully happier. And universe will grant you something that really you can like a word for your processes. So that's why like what is going on inside of you is much more important that we will see on the picture. Picture is just a reflection of this process and a reminder. Okay, so as always, I give too much words, but it's my experience. So the very last thing that two last things that we need to do and I'll show you because we're getting closer to the end, that we need to align ourselves with the universe, like what we, so we have our own vibration, and we vibrate on a different levels, and it's changing constantly. But to be aligned with the universe, like you can call it universe, you can call it divine alignment, or earth alignment. So oneness, like we want to be, first of all, connected to the universe and really vibrate together with the universe in the same synchronicity. Like we want to be at the right place at the right time to meet right people and be very grateful about it. So I usually take the chisel tip Sharpie to help me to do this alignment. And I just starting from the bottom as I did, and with a much thicker line, I allow it go through my body. I can create new lines if I want, but for me, I try to use as many lines as I have already. And this is my alignment with the universe. And for this size, I don't do more than 3, 4, because I don't want to be overwhelmed. The question is not just be aligned, but integrate this alignment in my body. So I want to make a little bit this side. So they a little bit, they significantly thicker, and they look like now everything is ruined. So next step is very important. You still have to integrate this divine help, this universal help, this alignment inside of you. And you can do it by rounding each corner. As I already told you, that markers quite challenging on top of colored pencils. So to do it, you can use Sharpies, or another thing that I want to show you, you can use some brushes. I use Pigma. This is from Japan. You can buy them on Amazon.com. This skinny brushes for calligraphy. So, and you can use them. Like, those are just like, I'm showing this instrument only if you want to. Like the Sharpies will work as well. So, but it's not like I'm trying to advertise. I had so many challenges with working with lines on top of pencils. So I don't want you to go through many instruments to try to resolve it. Okay, and I just keep integrating them, because the universe could be very forceful. Like, really, we want to integrate this great support and help very gently for ourselves. And when we don't have any corners, it has this sense of safety. And what is safe look beautiful. And this is our goal. Like, when it's safe, our brain will recognize it as, okay, it's safe, I feel comfortable, and I allow it to be. I allow it to experience and bring it in my existence, in my world. Okay, so this is me connecting this. You may use different colors. Like I prefer to use black just because it's blending very well with everything, with other colors. But don't feel limited to black colors. Like some people prefer completely different colors, and you can use color Sharpies or even color pencils for lines. Like you don't really need to do to have many supplies. I'm introducing you some of the new supplies that I use, but it's not needed. It's not really. When I just began to do Neurographica, sometimes any pen would work. And if you don't have color pencils and leave it just white and blue or white and black, it doesn't mean that it will be not as effective. Like you can use many lines, work on lines, and you have this sense of beauty just in Graphica without any strong colors or very bright colors. So some of my work that I've done like a year ago, 2 years ago, they still be in just in lines without really bringing colors.
Anna,
Mm-hmm.
I have a question about my crossing lines, and I'm kind of done.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you're ready to give input.
Yes, I'm looking at you right now. Show it.
Okay.
Okay, I love it. Like, so look how much support and help you have around you. It's like really very, very important. And you standing on huge resource that you have access to. So this is a very important, like, I feel like it's a very balanced that you have this support from the ground. So let me see. All lines are like balanced. I'm looking like if there is any blind spot that you don't notice. I don't see anything. There is a lot of going on in your body. It's like it's definitely you buzzing with the thoughts and energies. And I love how much calmer is your surroundings. It could be a little bit contrasting. It could be contrasting for you, like there is a contrast between you and what is going on around you. Everything is calm around you, and you are buzzing. So it's water can help you. Like if you have a new like ocean or lake around, could be very helpful for you to release this extra buzz. But I love that you're generous with what you're giving to yourself and how grounded you like look at your drawing. So you can bring more lines on side, be more connected to society because it's a little bit you're a little bit isolated. Still be like so if you bring more lines, it will be more dynamic interaction between you and society, and it will help you to release
going this way? Horizontal.
Yes.
Okay.
And even roots, you can do like wider roots, like be more connected. A little bit more like but I love what yes. But you see how it's different from what you've done last time. Like there was such an intensity in last drawing, And how gentle is this one? It's like I really enjoy
Part
it.
of it is, I said, okay, I'm not doing red inside. Red.
But I love how gentle and really innocent the pink colors that you use.
This unicorn kind of.
Yeah, it's your fairyland. Why not?
Birthday party.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Good. No, that's good feedback. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So if you want to see, like, to hear a feedback about your drawing right now, you can just turn on your sound and let me know. Or if you wanted to finish it before you hear it, you can always send me email that you can find in chat. It's arom1978@gmail.com, and I will be happy to give you feedback later. And even if you decide to do any classes, other classes, and want to see it, my opinion is usually like if you pay attention, where is the balance on your drawing, and if there's anything you are not aware of it. So like, it's not that I'm like, oh, don't be afraid that I will ever tell you like, oh, you did everything wrong. There is nothing you can do wrong in Neurographica. This is like, it's very low expectations, which is good. So it's really worth to try and see how you experience it.
All right, Anna, this is where I'm at.
Okay. Oh, I love how many more lines you have on site. Like, it's really, it feels like a bush is starts growing and you're just fruit in the in branches. So, and look how long legs you have. They really beautiful, and I love how much energy you have from the ground. And that we already talked about the grounding, so that you give yourself more love in the lower side. So it's a very interesting. So you're still working, I guess, yeah? You need more. You need more circles on gifts from the other people. Accept them, and you still have this big wave around your body that really reminds me the DNA. So it's interesting how, like, what do you feel different from when you did the first drawing?
Well, a lot has happened since the last one.
I hope it was positive.
Well, I had a lot of good interactions. I had a lot of surprise visits from people that I wasn't expecting, and that was that was lovely. I also my car that was parked because of, you know, so my car that was parked got a hit and run.
Oh, maybe it's time to change it.
I actually had to leave at one point in the middle of this to go check and see, because there was a car on the street that my neighbor was alerting me to that may have been the one, but it wasn't. So I had to leave for a minute to do that. So that may have changed my vibration too. But it's not, I see it as a positive. I don't see it as a negative. I see it as unexpected money that's coming my way.
It's an opportunity for upgrade for your car,
right?
Definitely. And I'm really glad that you feel supported to recognize it as an opportunity, but not as a like significant challenge on top of everything. So it's a different vibration for sure.
I smiled pretty much the moment I saw it. I was like, oh, I'm about to get some money I wasn't expecting.
I'm so happy to hear it. So, like, really, I love how you give yourself a lot of energy, a lot of support. So just allow other people around you to give as much. at least
Okay.
as much.
Yeah, I
And
was thinking doing a circle here and over here.
Yes, and like make sure that you have more circles on like all 3 levels on your root,
Okay.
and you
Okay.
can a little bit place them out of like, so it will be a little bit balanced.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I have concerns, like you see this pelvic area feels naked. There is no support there, and like there is so much like lines there, like crossing, like that the area with your lines is really some kind of bringing attention to there.
We'll do another circle.
I would do so. Experience, like try to recognize like how big you want the circle. It's maybe you start like just trust, because right now it feels like everything is covered. And for this one, and we talked last time that it's an area that needs attention. Maybe it's when you feel supported from other areas, it's time to give the whole potential of your love and acceptance, because it feels
what
like
I'm
whole.
thinking is doing one like this.
Yes, yeah, do it as much as you want and color it the way you want, and just be with this. But I'm glad that it's different. You see how it could be the same exercise, even the same subject, but it's different experiences every time.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm almost accepted, like integrated all this divine lines. I call them divine line. Officially, they called field lines. So it's not about religion, actually. It's about really feeling connected to the universe, to the powers that are greater to ourselves, to the and there is no limitations like, oh, it's only for this religion or not. It's like in a meditation, you're accepting something that is greater to you, that something that has a more powerful vibration. So this is exactly as in your meditation that you're accepting. Okay. And in your drawing, like when you finish, the very last step that you want to do, first of all, see if there is any element that you want to make it brighter, make it more noticeable, like what will be the what will be the most important. You can define it by intensifying the colors. Maybe you use some shading and shades, and will create like 3D effect on this shape, like on specific circle or different shapes. Or you can just use bolder lines to make it noticeable. So for me, for a very long time, it was very hard to define the very last element, because I was enjoying the flow. The flow was more important for me. And if you want to be in the flow, you can skip this step. And sometimes you skip it, and in few days you feel like, okay, now I see what I want to make it noticeable. Like it's about making priorities. So it's not always easy to give a priority, right? right away. Some of the elements can really bring your attention and scream like, oh, I want to be more powerful here. So bring attention to me. So I feel like I want to be more noticeable on this area, which is interesting. And as you see, there is I'm not really trying to analyze what it is, but I'm just making it bolder. I'm making it more noticeable. And I can even use a little bit more darker colors to bring it forward, like to give it 3D effect and make a sphere, like a ball of love and support. So I don't feel flat. My headphones have died, so the sound may change. My for my birthday, my husband gave me this AirPods, and they can last only for 3 hours. And my classes are usually longer, so it's a good indication, but it's I'm still learning. Okay, so my drawing, I think I'm fine and can leave it as it is right now. But if you have questions about your drawings, if you want to share your drawings, you're welcome. If you want to hear my feedback, you can do it today or send it to my emails. So it's up to you.
I'll show you mine quickly.
Okay.
It's a hot mess, but
okay, so I love how you're expanding yourself.
Let's see, can you see it?
Yes, I see. And I love how much you gave you on the right. It's your left or your right when you look at this.
This is when I'm drawing, looking at it's on my right side.
It's on your right side, so I see it's right. So I love how how huge resource you have on your right side, and how everything is like really blended around you. The only thing that I want you to explore, like if you bring more lines, like thoughts and access, because there is no question that you have these huge resources around you, but how much you want to access them. Because right now they supporting, but you can't really reach out and take it. There is a lot of energy inside of you, and I love how much love you gave yourself and supported, and you had with all this beautiful bluish line, like circle around you. And so more lines and more grounding lines. So because I love how you expanded yourself, but like make sure that you ground it, because so much buzzing inside of your body. You need to balance it by reaching out to other people and reaching out to the earth.
We went through 5 pens with you, Anna. So I have no more black ink.
Yes.
I will have to order more pens.
And as I say, like you have this tendency, like you, you use very bold lines. It means like you maybe not talking too much, but when you talk, people cannot ignore it. Like you have this quality of rich thoughts and words, I would say. So this is interesting. So yeah, more lines, and I love how you're really working with colors, like all this purple around you. It's yeah, it gives me a sense that you have access to other realms.
Well, I was nice to break out of the yellow and the blue and the red.
Yeah, yellow is usually.
And I'm like, oh, if Anna can do it, I'll do it.
Yeah, yellow is usually represents our intellect, and if we're staying too much in yellow, like this, when I gave you the 3 colors challenge, is different. But usually when there is no challenge and people usually use like yellow, 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 it's we tried to solve everything with our intellect. It's could be very limiting us. So I'm glad how much colors you have on your drawing, that you maybe not really approaching to other people like in thoughts, but you definitely feel them. Okay. Oh, I love how many resources now you have, Kenny. It's really like all this gold, like all those eggs around you.
I wanted balance.
Yes, yeah, and it's balanced. Like you be generous to yourself, so it's very important, and it's allow yourself to notice this help around you. I'm love how you work with colors, and I'm looking forward to see when it will be over, like when it will be done. So
thank you for everything.
You're welcome, Kenny. Okay, do we have anybody else who wants to share the picture? Thank you so much, Anna. Happy Thursday. Is it Earth Day today?
Yes, it is.
Oh, nice. And I was not aware.
Today's Wednesday. Yeah.
Today's Wednesday, 22nd. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it's Thursday.
No, it's Wednesday today. It's Tanya Shapiro told me that it's a happy Earth Day, everyone. So
yay, happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day. Okay.
Catherine, get out and go run through it. Anna.
Yeah.
Go run through the earth.
Yes, that's why, like, really, it's loving and generous. So let's just Mother Earth, like, let's allow her to mother us. Like, why do we really need to be limited to other sources? Earth has everything. Catherine, do you have any questions?
No, this was great. I'll probably email you.
Okay.
But thank you so much for providing it. I mean, I feel like, you know, I try to keep open to where the universe is popping up in terms of, oh, Catherine, you should do this or whatever. So when Trisha was like, showed it in our meditation arts group, I was like, wow, I got to find out more about this. So thank you so much for everything.
And try the lifting inner constraints when you do catharsis. This is like really one that I would really like encourage everyone know it, and everyone does it. Like when you express at the beginning the catharsis and see and transform it in something beautiful and positive. I thought that this is the whole Neurographica, but now I see that there is a much bigger potential in it. So, okay, girls, it's always my pleasure to see you, to talk to you, to draw with you. And you want to, wait, Diane, do you have something to say?
No, I want to say thank you. It's very knowledgeable. It's my second one, still working on it. Yeah.
Good.
It's interesting. Yeah.
It's
okay.
a very big subject about our health. So there is no too much we can do for us. So
True.
especially at this time, like we in the middle of a lot of shifts and energetic shifts and political and economical. So let's take care of ourselves, enough love to be present. So
yeah, next time we can do for animals, maybe.
So next time, as we already talked, that we want to inspire our brain. And I just
That's awesome.
show you one more time what's like if you want to participate. So next Wednesday we are going to do our brain inspiration. So something similar. This is mine. And you can prepare the outline that you can find this drawings on my Facebook page, or just Google and print whatever you feel represents your brain and how big you want it to be. So you want to be bigger or smaller but bolder. And we will just activate it and see how it works. I tried it, my drawing about months ago, and so much things has happened since. So I highly encourage to do it with you. So okay. So
thank you so much, Anna.
You're welcome.
Was very expansive. And might I add that I love your set design with your polka dots and your red necklace and then the Chinese screen, or maybe it's Japanese. It's wonderful.
I have to occupy my son's room, and this the screen is the easiest way to give myself a privacy.
Yeah, well, it's very elegant.
Thank you. So, okay, have a great day. Celebrate the Earth Day.
Earth Day.
See you next Wednesday or Friday.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.